Hi guys, how you doing? God damn it. I know. I promised you guys a full episode last week, and as you probably noticed, it didn't arrive. Well, there's a reason for this. On Monday, I handed in my bachelor thesis, and the day after I got a call telling me that it is too short and that I still need to write 10 pages. So now we're back in another 2 weeks, 2 to 3 weeks, of writing the fucking bachelor thesis, and I so don't feel like it. I have so much I want to do. So many movies I've seen. The Fantasy Film Fest White Nights episode is actually done and recorded and being edited at the moment, and I can't even edit it myself because there's so much I still gotta do. But no matter, you guys are still getting my favorite YouTubers under 1,000 subs either tomorrow or the day after, the latest. That's a promise. Bachelor thesis or not, that video is fucking coming. So let's talk Oscars. We got Oscar nominees now. I will not make any comments yet to who I think is going to win or who I think should win or anything to that effect until I have seen all the films that are nominated. And that will probably happen by the end of February, beginning of March, when the Oscar fever is a little bigger. But what I do want to talk about is the fact that James Franco was not nominated for Best Actor or Best Director, for that matter, for The Disaster Artist. And it's funny because you totally see that the nomination for James Franco as Best Actor was actually there. And then they ended up giving it to Denzel Washington for a film. For a film I have literally never heard of. I even have to check what movie that even is. Which one of these is this again? Wait. Roman J. Israel. What? It's so obvious that this was like a last-minute replacement for James Franco. And why wasn't James Franco nominated? Well, since The Disaster Artist was even planned to come out, I was really hoping for this movie to get Best Actor or Best Director, so Tommy Wiseau could have his moment, and the whole entire story about the worst best film ever made could really come in full circle. And this almost happened. And the only reason this did not happen was because of the sexual abuse allegations against James Franco. Now, I don't know. Last week I was still pretty optimistic about everything, because the day after these allegations were made, James Franco was on Colbert and pretty much said that these tweets about his behavior weren't accurate, and that he stands behind the Me Too and Time's Up movement. But that was all we heard from him. Instead, more and more allegations kept piling up, and James Franco, well, he just shut up about it. And he never even, said that he didn't do anything. It was just always, this isn't accurate, so he must have done something. Otherwise, if I was in the situation, I would be like, no way in hell did I do this. This is somebody just trying to make me look shitty. But James Franco did not say anything like that. He just pretty much disappeared. So, I myself also believe that James Franco's a bastard who did that. And as somebody who has seen him live, I know how anal that guy is and how he closes himself away from the public and just I don't know. He seems a little two-faced. And then we have the Women's March, where Scarlett Johansson also had to put some beef into the whole entire thing.
How could a person publicly stand by an organization that helps to provide support for victims of sexual assault while privately preying on people who have no power? I want my pin back, by the way.
It's not just him who has to suffer through this. There's so many people who he's dragging down with him. But at least we got that nominee for Best Adaptation. Even though I personally think the adaptation wasn't very accurate. And there we have the word again. Now let's talk Family Guy. I've been a fan of Family Guy since 1999. Even before it was canceled the first time. Yeah, I was there. A lot of people have been saying that, like, ever since season 12, since that episode where Brian died, it has just become a bunch of offensive jokes for the point to offend, and so on and so on. That was never my problem, and I never really saw it that way. I just thought that somewhere from season 12, Family Guy got a little lazy. The jokes weren't that funny anymore. They were using old formulas, old cliches. Things just kept repeating and repeating themselves. And the show never really became that bold, smart, in-your-face little show that it was. In fact, I personally think it wasn't in-your-face enough anymore. And that they got lazy and just like wrote whatever. And I gotta say, after watching a couple of episodes of the new season, I have the feeling that Family Guy is back kicking ass, and it's pretty cool. Like, just like check out some of the plots that happened here. We have episode 4 called "Follow the Money" that is written from the perspective of a dollar bill that Carter Pewterschmidt gives to Chris as a gift, and Chris loses it. And we watch the entire episode through the view of that dollar bill, and it is actually incredibly creative and cool. They also bring the subplot somewhere in the middle of the season where Brian tweets out a racist tweet and everybody loses it and bans him out of the country, and Brian is forced to live alone for like 3-4 episodes, giving the whole entire thing this Seinfeld type of character. And the episode that really won me over, that like completely won me over, was last week's Dog Bites Bear, where Brian gets drunk and ends up eating Rupert, and Stewie gets so upset that he like hates Brian forever, and they go on this journey to bury Rupert and scatter his ashes. And there's so many emotional parts in this episode, and the dialogue is just so heartfelt, and it really brings back the Family Guy we used to know like 3 or 4 years ago when it was really good. And I think people aren't giving this season as much attention as it should get, because Family Guy is really getting better again. Like, totally. Yesterday I had the pleasure of seeing the first episode of the I'm Poppy series. I truly, truly, truly love Poppy. Poppy at first glance appears to be this random kind of thing, like this girl just standing there in this white room, hitting you with all these strange little things.
Oh, I'm so excited about my new invisible shoes. Here they are now.
And, I think the great thing about Poppy is if you take, like, a closer look at the whole entire concept of the whole thing, it is such huge social commentary on internet fame and YouTube in general.
There's a number after my name. Do you have a number after your name? The number keeps climbing higher and higher. Why does Selena Gomez have so many numbers?
The whole entire entertainment world, of how tough it is to make it out there, and about jealousy.
Poppy is over. I finally know who she is. I am closer to her than anyone else.
There are all these hidden messages in Poppy's little videos, and a lot of horror tropes.
Oh no.
I'm also a big fucking fan of the music, because I don't look that way, but I love J-pop. And Kyary Pamiu, for example, is one of my favorite J-pop artists ever. I see a lot of parallels between Poppy's music and Kyary Pamiu's. It's pretty much this twisted, cute little mean world. I know you guys want to see me and Carlos rock out to some Poppy. God damn it, let's go.
I need somebody to love me. Make me feel warm and fuzzy.
Well, so I saw the series yesterday, and I was impressed. It's pretty much the whole entire concept is, well, you take the short Poppy videos, put Poppy in the real world, and put all those messages that I've been talking about earlier, and you make a little more concrete, specific series with a storyline in it. And there's also, like, that whole entire thing about Poppy being in a cult and the leader of a cult. They bring that in too. And they pretty much put all the main messages of Poppy's short videos into this little pilot episode. And I'm really looking forward to how this is going to go on, because it was a very promising first episode. Even like with Charlotte, I wonder if they're going to involve Death and Plant in this too. And this is the first thing YouTube Red has brought that actually kicks ass. So really, like, if you love Poppy, you're going to love the show. You really are. Like, it's definitely worth checking out. Okay, guys, I'm gonna say bye-bye for now. There's a lot of work to do, and especially with still having to write 10 more pages of my bachelor thesis in the next 2 weeks. I don't want to keep you guys waiting. I'm gonna get to it. You will get a full episode either tomorrow or on Tuesday. And by fuck, you'll get some more stuff from me the upcoming days. Otherwise, I'm putting my balls in a blender next Sunday. Full episodes coming this week. Bitches.